Your orders were to clear that sector. Is it cleared?
No, I told them to stay put. They're okay, they're just scared shitless.
We kill them all.
Sci-fi horror is a subgenre of both science fiction and horror that often involves scientific ideas and their potential for horrific consequences. This type of genre usually explores themes of alien invasions, mad scientists, or even experiments that have gone terribly wrong. Some great examples of movies that live and breathe sci-fi horror from its presentation are The Faculty 1998 film and all the Alien movies. The film we are looking at today, called Doom 2005, also lives and breathes sci-fi horror over the whole film. But there is one major problem. The source material where the creators got the inspiration to create the movie didn't match at all to what was presented in the original video games initially. Due to the film not following the original source material, the film was negatively criticized by the critics and even by the gamers who are fans of the series. The score for the film, according to Rotten Tomatoes, was a 34% from the audience side. The critics gave the movie an 18%, an even lower score than what the audience gave it. And as you can imagine, the movie didn't do so great at the box office either. With a budget of $65 million, the film made only $58 million globally. With that being said, I will be going over the movie and explain why it failed, but somehow, some way, Doom 2005 has always been a fun watch, even 20 years later. Doom 2005 is a sci-fi horror movie loosely based on the popular video game series. Set in the year 2046, the story follows a group of elite space soldiers sent to a research facility on Mars after a distress signal was received. When they got there, they discovered the facility has been overrun by violent, mutated creatures. As they investigate further into the matter, they uncover a terrifying secret tied to a genetic experiment gone terribly wrong. The soldiers must fight for survival as the mission quickly turned into a bloody nightmare. I have to admit, Doom 2005 was my introduction to the franchise as a whole. Not once have I ever played the 4 original games prior to watching the film. Doom 3, the video game, came out 1 year earlier before the movie did, and this was the game the creators of the movie got their inspiration from to create Doom 2005. And yes, this was the very first video game I noticed from the Doom franchise. The tone for this game was much more darker than the previous games, and it was less about demons from hell. The games that came out before Doom 3 were all about fast-paced, demon-slaying carnage from hell, literally. But the movie swapped hell for a science experiment gone wrong involving a 24th chromosome. While humans normally have 23 chromosomes, scientists at the Mars Research Facility discover a 24th pair of chromosomes. Basically, this extra chromosome was found in the remains of an ancient Martian race, and it was believed to be the secret to superhuman abilities like gaining enhanced strength, speed, healing, and intelligence. The twist was that chromosome 24 didn't affect everyone the same. If someone has a strong moral compass, meaning they can consistently choose right over wrong, even when it's difficult or goes against their own interests, then the 24th chromosome enhances them, giving them greater strength and abilities without stripping away their humanity. But if the individual has violent tendencies or psychological instability, the chromosome mutates them into monstrous creatures. This was basically the monsters that the group were fighting the whole time. It wasn't demons at all. It was humans mutated into monsters. This was the main reason why the facility was overrun with monsters. The experiments went wrong and many test subjects couldn't handle the 24th chromosome's power. Instead of hell or demons like in the games, the movie takes a sci-fi route, using the 24th chromosome as a metaphor for bringing out the best or worst in people, depending on who they are inside. The soldier named Reaper, played by Karl Urban, was injected with the 24th chromosome late in the film. Because he's a strong person with a strong sense of right and wrong, it enhances him instead of transforming him into a monster. Another main reason why the film failed was because of its generic plot and characters. The critics and the audience saw it as a cookie-cutter sci-fi action film with no real depth. According to them, the characters were forgettable, the dialogue was weak, and it leaned very heavily on cliches from movies like Resident Evil and Aliens. The last reason why it failed at the box office, and probably the most important reason, is that the gamers who grew up playing the games prior to the movie being released felt betrayed. The movie felt like it was made by people who had heard of Doom but hadn't really played it. The weapons, monsters, and the setting didn't capture the raw adrenaline of the video games. With that being said, here's why none of that really matters and why the film still ended up being fun. The main characters of Sarge, played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Reaper gave the movie life. To be honest, this is one of The Rock's best movie roles he has played. He showed that he can play a serious character, and I believe this was one of his better movies he has acted on. Karl Urban, who secretly was the main protagonist of the film, gave it his all as well. While the script was weak, both actors threw themselves into the roles. Another main reason this film is still fun to watch today is because of the practical effects and creature designs used in the movie. The monsters were done with physical effects instead of CGI and still look pretty cool. Especially that one monster where Reaper used a chainsaw on. And lastly, it's just a pure turn your brain off entertainment type of movie. Once you let go of expectations, Doom 2005 becomes a fun and loud action movie. The kind of thing you put on when you want monsters, guns, and chaos without thinking too hard. In conclusion, Doom may not have been the faithful adaptation fans wanted, but it's earned its place as a cold action horror flick that is still fun to revisit, especially if you are not taking it too seriously.